What's up, guys? Home prices in Sherman Oaks are cooling. And with 2026 just around the corner, everyone's asking, will the market go up or down in 2026? If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Sherman Oaks, Studio City, or Encino, or the surrounding areas, and wondering when is the best time to buy or sell a house in Sherman Oaks or Studio City, this video might surprise you. Make sure to stick around until the end because I'm gonna break down exactly what this means for your next move. And before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Sherman Oaks Market updates and local real estate insights. All right, guys, so we're gonna break down our October Sherman Oaks market update for you and talk high level about what's gonna happen in the end of the year and moving into 2026, right? So pretty soon we're gonna open up the MLS and I'm gonna show you different price ranges, 1.5 to 2, 2 to 2.5, 2.5 to 3, 3 and 4 up and 5. But before we get there, let's have a conversation about the market in general, because people are asking me, when is the right time for me to buy or sell? And they're asking me what are prices going to do in 2026. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball. I did get my real estate license. I have been in the business for 20 years. But what I can tell you is, what am I reading every day? What am I talking about? What's the Fed doing? And things like that. So here's my perspective, right? So post-COVID, after everybody got a nice little 25% bump in their value, interest rates rose to 5 and 6%, almost 7, and even into the 7s, right? More than 2 times what they were during COVID, and prices didn't fall. So the market just absorbed it. Rates went up, houses were still selling, even expensive homes were selling, and fast forward to today, that is not the case. I would say for the first time since 2014, every single person's house right now in the city of Los Angeles is going down in value. So how much? All that stuff everybody wants to know, right? So the first thing I would say is that homes that are in premium locations, good school districts, recently remodeled, fine finishes, good floor plans, good layouts, great amenities, those are the properties that have held the most value. May not have gone down much in value, more than 2, 3, 4%, maybe 5 at the most. Okay. Now on the opposite end of the spectrum, you've got these, very large, older built homes with levels, interesting layouts, small yards. Those are the types of properties that have fallen the greatest in value. I'd say as much as 20%, right? So if your house was 3 before COVID and it went, to 4 during COVID, it's probably still worth more than 3 today, but it definitely went down in value. Now, for a lot of people, that hurts to hear, especially with prices of goods potentially going to increase with these tariffs in the coming years. And I think that's one of the reasons why there might be a little bit of a slowdown in purchase behavior right now, is because of the uncertainty, right? So the two things that is going to result in the market being better in 2026 are lower interest rates and more economic certainty. If the Supreme Court comes back and rules that some of these emergency tariff measures are unconstitutional and cannot be levied, and things kind of cool themselves down a little bit, we could see people starting to feel like prices aren't going to go up for their goods and services and things they want to buy, and businesses are going to get back to buying and selling their product and making profit and things like that. So, those are all unknowns, and we have to see what's going to wind up. Now, on the interest rate perspective, what we have is the Fed, who has lowered the federal funds rate 0.25%. So we're starting to see a little bit of a decline in the federal funds rate, which optically speaking is good, right? What that's doing is that's saying that the economy's not doing as good as it, as good. And we need to start lowering the cost of money so that people can invest. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that 30-year fixed mortgages are going down by 0.25% every time the Fed lowers the rate 0.25%. No, it doesn't. What has to do with long-term rates is the bond market, right? And so when people are stoked about equities and everyone's putting their market in equities and no one's putting their market in bonds, then there's less demand and there's less liquidity and interest rates are then higher. So if we get interest rates to come down into the 5% range, which they are right now, right? If you're getting a 30-year fixed mortgage and let's say you're doing private banking and you've got $1 million on deposits, you should be able to get a 30-year fixed mortgage in the 5s, which is actually pretty cheap money. Take a look at whether or not you can get an interest interest only, like if you're gonna put $1 million down or $2 million down, $500,000 down or whatever, and you're gonna live in the house for 5 to 10 years, maybe it makes sense to do interest only. Long story short, there are affordable ways to buy, but the reality is if interest rates don't get down into the mid to low fives, it's unlikely that we're gonna see a massive effect in the market. For those of you that are selling right now in Sherman Oaks, Encino, Studio City, and you're thinking about, well, I'm just gonna hold off until the market's better, I don't know that 2026 is gonna be that much better. Could the spring of 2026 be better than October or November, December of 2025? For sure. We'll see how it shakes out. Keep your eyes peeled and stay tuned. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go over the price ranges, like I said earlier, 1.5 to 2, 2 to 2.5, 2.5 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5 and 5 plus, so you can see how many homes are on the market, what's actually selling, and you can position yourself for how to take full advantage of the market next year. Now, before we go to the MLS, please comment below with what you think is going to happen. And then obviously, again, don't forget to like and subscribe because we do these market updates every month and we want to interact with you and create content that you're gonna like as much as possible. So, all right, guys, so without further ado, I'm gonna switch over to Zoom right now and share my screen. All right, guys, so here we go. So we're gonna cover what's going on in the Sherman Oaks market between 1.5 and 2 million to get this started, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about how many homes are currently for sale, what's under contract, and what has sold. So if you look down here in the left side, you're gonna see that there are 39 homes that are currently for sale in Sherman Oaks. And while that sounds like a lot in this price range, you have to understand you're not necessarily competing with all 39 of these records. As you can see where they're spread out, half of them are south of the boulevard in the hills, and half of them are north of Ventura Boulevard in the flats, right? And how most people search for homes is they're looking for a specific location, right? So let's say people want to be closer to the 405 for easier access, right? Then all of a sudden you're breaking it down, and in the flats, you're breaking it down to like 5 or 6 or 7 listings, right? Or let's say you want to be in Dixie Canyon Elementary, but in the flats, and now you're talking 3 or 4 listings, right? So just because there's 39 records does not mean that you are not going to be able to sell your home. And look, there's 16 homes that are currently under contract in Sherman Oaks right now between 1.5 and 2 million. So what is that showing us? It's showing us that the market is actually moving a little bit. Now, what do we need to do to make ourselves sell for more money in a market where things are cooling? That's by putting a little bit of money into your house, by making it look a certain way, right? Having really high quality photos online, having a quality video, getting people excited about coming to check out the property, showing its facts and features in the right way, creating a sense of urgency through price, and then getting the most amount of buyers in the marketplace to come to your home. Let's take a look at some of these homes. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So 39, 16 have gone under contract and 15 have closed in the last 30 days. Not bad, guys. I would say this particular market is more balanced. I wouldn't say it's a seller's market. However, we are seeing price reductions. We're seeing sellers come out and look at what the sale price of their neighbor's house was early 2025, or let's say even end of 2024, and they still have COVID pricing on their minds and they're pricing a little bit high and then they're having to make reductions. So be careful out there with pricing. The greatest thing that you can do to enhance the value of your home is to make sure you price it fairly, because that's what's going to create engagement. All right, so we'll take a quick look here. Let's take a look at what is trading. I'm going to go ahead and select all to these. I'm going to move this over a little bit, pull it over to client detail. And let's just go on down here to some of these homes that are under contract, because I want to see what people are buying, right? I want to see what's moving, what people are buying, why did houses sell, what's going on with their pricing activity. All right, let's see here. All right, hang in with me as I'm going to get, oh, sorry about this, guys. Looks like we're going to have to go to page 3 in order to get our homes that are under contract. No, we're going to go to page 4. Let's talk about homes under contract. So here's our first one. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home that is 1,750 square feet on Nagel in Sherman Oaks. This is Valley Heart Glen. This is a popular little enclave. As you can see, its location to the freeway, it's probably 10 houses down. It's not as close as it looks. Its asking price is $900 per square foot. It originally came out at $1,595,000, reduced down to $1,575,000, and is now under contract. High quality images, beautifully staged. As you can see, the floor color is natural. Those are the original oak floors, natural, sanded and naturally stained, fresh paint out inside, staged beautifully, modern furnishings and modern staging. And look at guys, look, this house, I mean, the kitchen in this house is kind of dated, right? The countertops are the black granite ones. You can, the cabinetry is actually really, really nice. You could actually change the countertops in this kitchen and have it feel like it's new, probably even work with the existing floors. But the point is, look at how they made the bones look in this house. Clean, fresh, white, natural colored flooring. Bathrooms are a little bit dated, but do these need to be remodeled tomorrow? No. So a very clean and move-in home with a pool, trading, I should say. Here's one on Morrison, also $900 per square foot, 1,747 square feet. A good location right behind Notre Dame High School. First came out at 1,695, came down to 1,595. Market feels value. So look, we can continue to go on and on and on. It looks like the average price per square foot for a clean, somewhat fixed up remodeled home in this price range is going to be between $800 and $900 per square foot. This home was on the market for 10 days and found a buyer. So, clean, organized, all of the personal property removed. Look how clean and organized this looks. This house looks beautiful. Now it's got this wood, probably an addition at some point. It's got the shag carpeting, but the carpeting's clean. All the furnishings are in there. Look at how the books are arranged. It just looks ideal. It looks like a home that, nice updated primary bath, it looks like there, updated kitchen, lovely bath. I mean, a lot of value here. So that's what it takes. Here's one on Lodestone, south of the Boulevard. I saw this one. It's got newer wide plank floors, all staged up, a little older on some of the remodel, but still a very nice home. That one's at $913 a foot. Don't know if I saw this one, but my guess is it's also nice. Yeah, look, also move-in ready inside. Super clean. Not a brand new remodel kitchen, but painted white, staged, looking good. This is the trend right now, guys. Make your house look good. Same thing with this one. Came out on the market, sold right away. All fully remodeled and dialed in. $918 per foot. This one's actually an 8,000 foot lot, which is not remodeled, and wound up finding a buyer. So anyways, so you get a feel for what's going on there. It's got to be clean and it's got to be updated. So that's the $1.5 to $2 million range. I'm going to take you over to 2 to 2.5 now, and let's have a discussion of what's going on in the 2 to 2.5 range. All right, guys. So 38 total records. We have 26 homes currently for sale, only 4 under contract. Wow. And 8 trades. Talk about a difference in market dynamics between 1.5 and 2 million and 2 to 2.5. Now we have less inventory in the 2 to 2.5. We only have 26 records spread out across this entire area, which basically means in each particular section or quadrant of Sherman Oaks where one may be looking, there's not that many for sale, which is helping to stabilize prices, but at the same time, you only have 4 under contract. So that's a little bit concerning, with 8 having closed in the last 30 days. So when you look at this, you can see relative to the amount of homes sold, the competition is pretty fierce. Now, I'd say this is probably a price range that's starting to shift a little bit more towards the buyer. And you can see why in this market prices, or in this price range, prices might fall just a little bit. I'm going to go back over to our client detail and I'm going to show you the homes that are under contract. Let's see, that's traded. Here we go. All right. So first one, this home is on Alana, south of the Boulevard, very close to Sepulveda and easy west side access. The location's always been great. As you can see, it's an architectural home, 3,750 square feet. Look at the price per square foot on this one. $598 for really a good looking and beautiful home. Probably needs updating, but again, 3,750 square feet down to 2,249 and staged. Well, I shouldn't say staged. It might be staged with the seller's existing furniture. As you can tell, it looks kind of contemporary, but it's got nice wider plank, oak floors, nice pantry, original tile. This is a vertical house. Note the vertical houses usually have smaller yards. I think this is the backyard here. So not a terribly small backyard. I mean, there's some sitting area and pool up on the top level. Peekaboo views from the upper deck. Vertical houses needing to be priced down lower. This was first came out at 2,350, and just for fun, let's just take a look here and see where it's been. Came out in June at 2.3 million. Look at that move right there, guys. Came out in June for 3. Then it went to 2,750 in July. Then in August to 2.5. Then in September to 2.3. Then in October to 2.2, and now it's finally under contract. Wow. And that just shows you the market, guys. That's more than 20% right there. 22 times 3 is 6. And we're talking probably almost $800,000 less. Excuse me, I'm going to stop that, in order to get under contract. So the vertical houses with lots of levels that are dated are the ones that are getting hit the hardest. I'm going to go back to the search criteria here, view listings, go back to client detail. It's going to take us back to that property. Let's see what else is trading. Okay, Roblar, I interviewed for the listing on this one. This is a premium location here. Okay, primo location. This is Buckley School is right here. You've got walking distance to all the shops and restaurants here on the boulevard. This is A++. It's just that the sweet spot of Sherman Oaks south of the boulevard. I'm going to move back over to the client detail. Let me see if it's going to take me. Okay. 6,000 square foot lot, 3,190, 705 square feet per square foot. foot on the asking price. Beautiful two-story home. You do have to walk from the garage up the stairs to get into the house. Excuse me. Um, really great entry here. High ceilings. Lots of architecture and detail. I mean, this house can be so good. You can sand and finish the floors and paint it white. Leave some of these, the little what do you call it? The shutters, the doorway there. Beautiful mantle, like incredible architecture. Just paint, sanding floors, adding floors in here, painting the brick fireplace. I mean, just really good architecture. Just a great home. Center island kitchen, high ceilings in the primary, big primary bath, walk-in closet. I mean, all of this is great value and in a good location. So $705 per square foot. Now here's another vertical house. It'll be interesting. There you go. $607 a foot, 4,000 square feet. Probably started closer to 3 million. Let's have a look. Yep, there you go. Started at 2,945 and had to get down to 2.5 in order to trade. So that's basically what's going on there for those vertical properties. Now here's one on Compton. This is a great little pocket, guys. So if you look right here, it's just north of Chandler. It's dead endy. The only people that are in there are lost and live there. And that house is a remodeled house. And this is actually coming soon. So we'll see how that one does. Let's get back to the pendings. So here's one on Long Ridge south of the Boulevard, $653 per square foot, 2,495. This one, I think they just came out good price wise, super clean and original. Long Ridge Estates, guys, you'd think the price tag on this would be higher, and with views, small backyard, does have a pool, but you can see how getting the price down is what it takes. Now look at this guy. They priced it fairly from the get-go and boom, had offers right away. Now my guess is this property had multiple offers on it. Look at the difference. I can see how somebody might have wanted to try this at like 2.6 or 2.7. Struggle, reduce until it finally sold. Who knows where it would have gone? But if you come out priced correctly, that's probably going to get you an extra 100, maybe two on the sale. And then the rest of these are trades. Most likely going to be homes that are in good condition. I've seen most of these homes, either a great value or remodeled and in nice condition. All right, so let's go to 2.5 to 3 million, and then we're going to wrap it up with 3 plus. Let's see what's going on between 2.5 and 3. All right, 2.5 to 3. 19 homes currently for sale, only 2 trades, only 2 homes actively under contract right now, and then 6 having closed in the last 30 days. So again, if you break down the 19 into different areas, maybe there's not that much inventory, but as you can see, the price point is just not moving. It's just hard to sell in this price point. Let's look at what has traded. We're going to go to our client detail. We're going to go all the way to, let's see. For some reason, it's only showing a few, show all. All right, so I'm gonna go back here and we're gonna look at the ones that are under contract. So again, we know that if something doesn't have the right floor plan, doesn't look good, is overpriced, it's going to sit. So let's see at who successfully traded. Here we go. 5263 Buffalo. This is Chandler Estates. This is just east of Woodman. We're gonna go back to the client detail short. Asking $892 per square foot at 2,906. That's a great price. My guess is this house is fully remodeled, 6,500 square foot lot. Looks like this was just remodeled yesterday. So brand new or newer construction. Look, it's got the polished Taj Mahal, marble countertops, natural wood, custom chandeliers, stainless appliances, marble fireplace, collapsible doors to the outside. A little shiny on the finishes for me, but still very nice and under contract. So if you're going to make a house look really good, it can still sell. Hang up on that. My follow-up boss, show you a couple more. Here's Chandler, 13627, 3,490 square feet, asking $859 per foot, 2,999. I can tell you right now, the only way is if it's remodeled. Check out the really lovely pony wall in front that's gated, beautiful pine tree in front, fully remodeled home, 2-story, probably newer construction, small backyard, but does have a pool, got a putting green. It's got an outdoor barbecue. It's got collapsible doors. It's got, but this is like basically a brand new house. Let's see what it's going. Let's see when it was built. Yeah, 2022 resale, $859 per square foot. All right, let's see what else traded. And then now we're down to the houses that have sold. Let's just pick newer construction. Finally, this guy sold. Let's just talk about this guy real quickly. I mean, look at the finishes on this house. Super, super high end. Something you'd see in the Bird Streets. Really, really high end remodel. Follow up boss for a second. And let's pick this one apart here. I think this came out at 3.2. Where'd it come out? Yeah, 3,150 it came out at. Had to reduce down to 2,595 and then had multiple offers and sold for 2.7. So what does that tell you guys? Once you get to the right number, then all of a sudden you got multiple buyers bidding on the property and the price could go back up. Isn't that fascinating? Look at that. Since since November of 2024, on the market at 3.1. They had it on the market in January. Looks like they sold it in January. And then it fell out of escrow and came back on the market, fell out, came back on the market again, and then finally sold in September. But it just shows you the importance of pricing right. You know, if you price it fairly, you're going to get multiple offers and it's going to trade faster. All right, guys, let's look at 3 million to 4 million. Let's strengthen our the market in our mind's eye. All right, so 3 to 4 million. There's 29 homes currently for sale, only 5 under contract. Same thing, guys. Very competitive. Let's look at what's trading. I am going to go to the client detail, and we're going to go. So here's our first home that's under contract right now. 4437 Calhoun, just north of the boulevard and west of Hazeltine. Newer construction, 2025 build, 873 per foot. This is probably something that would have traded for $1,000 a square foot back during COVID or the COVID days. And now it's down to $873 per square foot. Originally came out at 3,395 back in September, reduced down to 3,249, and then found a buyer. Here's one that's traded on Raynetta under contract with a raised price. What is going on there? Came out at 3,875, no takers. Reduced down to 3,695. Excuse me. 3,965. They raised their price. Don't know what's going on there, guys. Maybe that's the ticket, is to raise your price. I'm totally kidding. I'm not advocating that. But let's take a look at this house and see what's what. So first of all, this is a $927 a square foot, 4-bed, 4-bath, 4,273. It either has to have a lot of land, 25,000 on the lot size, or it's got to be remodeled. My guess is it's got both. So you've got a terrace yard, cool little Spanish vibe. I mean, I would totally paint this or resand this front door, paint the windows, and you'd have like a super cool Spanish vibe. Yeah. Oh my God, it's a Tio tile, and this is an awesome house. Oh wow, check out the beams in here. You can see why this house traded, and people just really, really liked it. I mean, this is quality real estate. You can sand the floors and paint it white. That's cool right there. Got this juxtaposition of modern walls, glass. Look at the textured walls right there just to make it look original. And you got these skylights here. This looks like it's the primary bedroom. Really nice home, guys. Really nice home. Pool, hanging out. Okay, so that no reason that's under contract. And let's see what we got here. 15148 Domino Street. So funny. Been doing this 20 years and there's streets you're like, Domino? All right, so this is north of Irwin for 3.5 million. Let's check this baby out. Whoa. 4,601 square feet, 10,000 lot, asking 759 per foot. Must be brand new or just recently redone. 2016, but probably redone. Not really. That's redone, but not yesterday. Fantastic kitchen. I mean, come on, that kitchen is ridiculous. 10-year-old remodel. Looks like it has an ADU, a pool. It's kind of like a compound, so I guess maybe that had something to do with it. 4,600 square feet, a lot of value. Let's see, Nob Hill here. Which one was this one? I'm sure I've seen it. Okay, yeah, this is a big piece of land, right? So this is a little more than half an acre. Beautiful, stately, 1940s, 50s traditional, credible views of the San Fernando Valley. Someone's going to buy that and remodel it. Under contract, asking 3.8. That's a great price for that house. And originally came out at 3.8, 86 days on the market, and it's traded. Here we go. I saw this one. So 3,300 square feet, asking $1,182 per square foot, down a flag lot, but look at the finishes of this house. Cool, calm, sophisticated, beautifully redone, fine finishes, pool, spa, jacuzzi, beautiful hardscaping, olive trees, citrus trees, turfed yard, down a flag, 3-car garage, I think. So anyway, quality house, right? $1,182 per square foot. So that wraps up 3 to 4. Now let's do 4 to 5, and I'm not going to go. I'll quickly go up to 5. I'll quickly go 5 up just so you can have a feel and see what's going on. It's not going to take that long. Okay, guys. 7 homes currently for sale. Nothing under contract. Only 1 trade. You've heard me. If you've heard these updates, a lot of these homes are, a lot of them are off the market, shadow inventory, there to create some more demand. See, new construction, not new construction. I actually showed this house. But a really nice home on Stone Canyon, new construction. So the homes in the 4 to 5 million range are going to be newer construction, of course, unless they've got a lot of land. This is a great house, guys. 3818 Holly Line. I love this house. I did a video of this on my YouTube. You can definitely check it out. It's a compound. I think it's a good value. It's Stansbury Estates. Check it out. Anyways, let's see what has traded. So this Benedict Canyon one, this is like a newer construction house. Was it 80s? No, 2005. Sorry, 2005. This section of Benedict Canyon got redone. Incredible remodel. They had to go, yeah, 5.3. Yeah, so 5.3 in February of 2022, 6.5 in February of 2024. Put it up for a lease. Do I want to sell? Do I want to lease? What do I want to do? Finally came down $1.5 million to 4.995 to get it to trade for 4.9. So guys, that's a big haircut. And that's just your kind of post-COVID market. And then let's go back and see what else. I think that was the only one. Yeah, it's the only house that's traded between 4 and 5 million that month. And look what they had to do to get it done. All right, I'm gonna go 5 million plus real quick, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Nine records, 7 active, 2 under contract. I can assure you guys there are more under contract than just the 2 that are reported in the MLS, and there are more for sale than just the 2 reported in the MLS. Either they're coming soon or the builder doesn't want it on the market or something like that. But here's what has traded. Okay, saw this trade, which I was kind of interested. I was kind of shocked by, to be honest with you. I mean, it's 28,000, so it's well over half an acre. It's on Magnolia. It's 7,000 square feet. It has incredible finishes in the house. I mean, the interior is beautifully redone. I mean, look at the backyard. The backyard is kind of telling you why it's worth so much. I mean, just kind of a park back there. So someone's plunking down 6.5 million for that house right now. And then the next one is 4113 Woodman, south of the Boulevard, 8,800 square foot lot. Beautiful, unparalleled elegance and timeless design. Now, 2025. Now, there's a few builders who can say that. When you see the photos, you're going to understand. You got the juxtaposition of the stone in the front and the smooth stucco with the black windows. I'm sorry, you've got these beautiful iron front doors. I don't know about this. I mean, this probably just looks better in person. Beautiful fireplace, great stone and marble, spectacular kitchen and family room that looks out to the outside. This is where design and style come into play, guys. If you can, look at this, look at the way this looks right here. I mean, this is the style of architecture you'd see in a $10 million house, right? It's got this waterfall effect on the countertops. It's not one big slab. I believe it's hollow on the underside, and this part connects to that with a seamless connection, but it's made to look like one giant piece of slab that just gives it that richness feeling. And of course, here's the cabinetry that's in today, oak cabinetry that's just got the thinner shaker style. So guys, I'm gonna go back to the search criteria. So that's kind of, that's the Sherman Oaks market update, guys. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. It's not impossible to sell. You got to make your house look great. Please tell me what your comments are. Share them below in the comment section. Let me know what you want to hear about. If there's something I missed, if you want me to go over interest rates or the cost of new construction or whatever it is you want to hear, definitely let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.